everyone, and welcome to some Pathfinder Kingmaker. I have been curious about this game and have been tracking its reception out there in the world. It's been kind of mixed, which kind of had me delay this series, and I don't know if I'll be able to actually complete an entire series because the game may not be for me, but I wanted to still test it out. A lot of people are saying that it is a game that requires about 6 months to a year worth of patches. I will find that out on my own, though. A lot of the things that I see is people criticizing the difficulty of this game. This game is based off of the rule set of Pathfinder, which is like D&D 3.5, but better from what I've heard. I've never played Pathfinder myself, but I have played D&D 3.5, so I think this game will be somewhat easy-ish to acclimate to, I would guess. Let's see, select the difficulty, we'll play on normal. So it's kind of cool actually, is you can change a lot of the things revolving around the combats in this game. So you can make it very, very easy or very, very hard. I'm not gonna really mess with this stuff right now, but I think you can during the game as well. And again, people have been saying that this game is not balanced, especially for the early game. So if we come across a bunch of just insanely hard things, I'll probably tweak these settings somewhat. But for right now, we'll select the normal mode. We're going to create a new character. Now, I've already gone through here and looked at a lot of stuff. I'm going to be playing as an orc with this portrait here. And more specifically, I'm going to be playing as a cleric, but an evil cleric. I don't know how evil this game lets you be, if you can be at all. But I'm still going to try and play an evil cleric. But first, we gotta pick a body type. I think I should just roll with the basic orc. And let's go with this creepy smile, because why not? Let's go with that skin tone. And this... Let's go with... we'll go with this one. I mean, that says I'm an evil person, right? The creepy smile... The hair, not necessarily, but the creepy smile does. Alright, so, as an half-orc, we are going to gain +2 to 1 ability score, and ability score is one of these things up here. Again, some of this is going to be familiar to me because it is kind of based off of D&D 3.5, but a lot of things are going to still be new to me as well. So we will get a +2 score. We'll probably put it into Wisdom, because we'll need that for a cleric. Skilled. Half-orcs gain additional skill ranks at first level, and 1 additional rank whenever they gain a level. Alright. We're going to be intimidating, so we'll receive a +2 racial bonus on persuasion checks when used to intimidate due to their fearsome nature. Alright. Half-orcs are proficient with great axes and falchions and treat any weapon with the word orc in its name as a martial weapon. So what if, like, an orc branch? Would I be proficient in an orc branch? When a half-orc is brought below 0 hit points, but not killed, he can fight on for 1 more round as if disabled. At the end of his next turn, unless brought to above 0 hit points, he immediately falls unconscious. Sure, alright. We will play with that. Main hand. That's interesting. We'll be right-handed. Why not? And hair color. We'll be an old orc. Actually, he doesn't really look that old. But we'll go with that hair color. Why not? Do I put my name in here? I guess not yet. Alright, next. Lot of classes in this game. So you have all of these base classes here, and then some that apparently I can't get quite yet. I think these are going to be exotic classes, maybe. But if you click on this class, over here you're going to see the class progression. This is a very similar thing, or it looks familiar to me because of the 3.5, again, rule set, but this is slightly different. So each level, it tells you specifically what kind of things you're going to be getting as, you know, an alchemist. But the thing is, you can also choose a subclass of grenadier, which is going to change some stuff down here, or vivisectionist, or chirurgeon. I don't know if that's how you even pronounce that. But we're going to be playing as a cleric, but I mean, just look at all of these things. You got barbarians, but then you can be like, hey, I want to be an armored hulk, which gives you some new things. Mad dog, invulnerable ranger, bard, cleric, druid. Like, it's got 3 subclasses per class, which is nuts. But I'm going to be picking a cleric. More specifically, we're going to be picking a herald caller. Unlike crusaders or paladins who charge headlong into battle in the name of their patron deities, herald callers are adept at calling powerful outsiders to aid their brethren in battle. So we're going to be a summoner. So we're going to be a level 1 summoner. We get bonuses to fortitude and will saving throws. Let's see. Features and abilities. A deity, also known as a god or goddess, is a being, a force of incredible power, capable of granting its power to mortal beings through divine magic. A deity is strongly associated with a specific alignment, several domains, and a plane of existence. We can channel energy. Regardless of alignment, any cleric can release a wave of energy by channeling the power of her faith through her holy or unholy symbol. This energy can be used to cause or heal damage, depending on the type of energy channeled and the creatures targeted. Basically, if you are a holy cleric and you use a positive energy, you damage undead. If you are using negative energy, you'll heal undead or kill living creatures. Basically, I think is what the next section is going to be going through. Then it goes down to the actual damage type in the 3rd paragraph, but that's basically what that does. Domain selection, we'll get into domains here in just a moment. We can detect magic. Did I choose Herald Caller? I did. Okay. So we can detect magic. We can detect magical auras of active spells or artifacts. Okay, I guess that would be useful. We are a dedicated summoner. A Herald Caller depends on summoned allies to overcome her foes, which affords her little experience with the martial pursuits typical of other clerics and a narrower spiritual focus. A Herald Caller can choose only one domain from her deity's list of domains rather than the normal 2 domains, and she doesn't gain proficiency with medium armor or shields. So starting off, we're not going to be tanky. Now you can select feats that will make you proficient, so you can actually wear and wield shields, but you have to take feats for them if you're not proficient at level 1, which we are not going to be. A normal cleric would be. A crusader probably is. I don't know what this thing is, but anyway. What else do we have? Call heralds. A Herald Caller can channel stored spell energy into summoning spells that she hasn't prepared ahead of time. She can lose a prepared spell in order to cast any summon monster spell of the same level. Okay, so we can summon a lot, even if we haven't prepared a summoning spell. So that's going to be our features and abilities. And you see here, a cleric doesn't get much. We do get spells, and that's probably why we don't have any special feats down here and a whole bunch of icons, because like a barbarian doesn't gain access to spells, but instead they gain access to all this stuff, but we are going to have access to spells and better summons. The things we do have is we have that Call Heralds, but then at level 4 that Call Heralds will be upgraded to a Mighty Heralds, so we will receive a bonus feat of Augment Summoning. So Augment Summoning will give our creatures +4 bonus to their strength score and constitution score. In terms of combat, a +4 bonus to his stats usually would give a creature a +2 in combat. Because the way that these bonuses work is that every 2 points into, say, strength, so if we go up to 12, we'll receive a +1 bonus right here. And so a +4 strength modifier, if the creature that we're summoning has a strength of 10, when we summon into battle, the +4 strength would convert that to basically, it has a +2 on its attack rolls, and I'm assuming it works the same as it does in D&D 3.5, then it will also receive a +2 on its damage rolls, is kind of what that means. And the Constitution would give it more hit points during the battle, and also increase its Fortitude save? Yes, your Constitution modifier is added to your Fortitude saving throws, so it would also contribute to that as well. Anyway, so that's what that's going to do. So all of our summons will be even more powerful. And then at level 8, we get the Superior Summoning. You can summon more creatures. Each time you cast a summoning spell that conjures more than one creature, add 1 to the total number of creatures summoned. So they will be more powerful and numerous, which is kind of cool. There's a Detect Magic that we get at level 1. Then at level 8, alright, we domain spells. So it doesn't show what we have yet because we haven't chosen our domain, but the domain spells, you get a spell at level 1, depending on your domain, and another spell at level 8. So that's what this is going to be. So that is our class. That's kind of the only things we're going to be getting other than spells, which we will, I'm assuming, get, later. So let's click next, because I've already spent like an hour and a half on this screen. I'm not even joking. Just pouring through each one of these classes and trying to decide who I wanted to play. And oh my god, like, just because there's so much. There's so much. So I didn't want to spend an hour creating a character, so I already created one. And I'm just kind of guiding us through it here on this, this first video. Next, Alright, so this is where we choose a deity. I read through a lot of these. There's a lot of gods and goddesses in this game world. We are going to go with, I believe it's this one? I think so. Yeah. So, Urgathoa. Urgathoa allows the cleric or any followers to be neutral, lawful evil, neutral evil, or chaotic evil. I'm going to go for lawful evil, I believe. Chaotic evil is fun to play, I guess, but we're going to go probably lawful. So, Urgathoa, also known as the Pallid Princess and Lady Despair, is the goddess of physical excess, disease, and the undead. Excuse me, I had to do a little cough. She is mostly worshipped by dark necromancers, the undead, and those wishing to become undead. Sometimes those who live gluttonous lifestyles make supplication to her, as do those suffering from a serious illness. Her faithful believe she was the first creature to defy Pharasma and return unnaturally from the boneyard and break free from the cycle of souls. And she rules over the domains of death, evil, magic, strength, and war. Her favorite weapon is Scythe. I don't think we get access to favorite weapons. Maybe the base cleric gets favorite weapon. Maybe we do. I'm not entirely sure. But at least in D&D, favorite weapons of deities, sometimes you would gain a proficiency in the deity's favorite weapon, depending on what class you chose. But we're going to go with Urgathoa. The kind of energy we're going to be channeling, because she is a goddess of death, we're going to be having to channel negative energy. So we're going to be an evil cleric. So that means our channeled energy is going to hurt those who are living and heal those that are undead. So we're going to pick that. Then we need to choose a domain. So this is where we're going to get our domain spells. Again, she rules over death, evil, magic. Is that it? Strength and more? There we go. We are going to choose death. So as the death domain, we gain the bleeding touch. As a melee touch attack, you can cause a living creature to take 1d6 points of damage per round. This effect persists for a number of rounds equal to half your clerical level. You can use this ability a number of times per day, equal to 3 plus your wisdom modifier, which we'll get into here in a moment. Then our level 8 skill, at 8th level, you heal damage instead of taking damage from channeled negative energy. If the channeled negative energy targets undead, you heal hit points just like undead in the area. If you are undead, then you instead do not take damage from positive energy. So you basically become immune to like good cleric energy type stuff. So it's going to be a level 8. So we're going to do the death domain, and then we hit next, I believe. Alright, so this is where we're going to put stuff into our attributes. This is going to be the basis of our character. It's kind of important. For clerics, their saves that people are going to have to make against your spells, the modifier is going to be modified by your wisdom score, I believe, in most cases. Maybe sometimes your charisma. So we're definitely going to want to have a high wisdom. We're probably going to want to have an 18, so we get a +4 to that. The orcs get a +2 racial bonus to any stat, so we're going to have that stat be wisdom. So there we go, giving us a +18. We have 15 ability scores, or 15 ability points left. Charisma is going to be kind of important for a cleric as well, so we're going to bump that up to, let's say, a 16. Now, we are an orc, so I kind of naturally want to become strong, but we're not really playing a strong character, so instead I'm going to try and make us maybe a little more tanky, give us some more hit points, and add to our fortitude saving throw. And what next? Intelligence is kind of important. Not as much for a cleric. Intelligence for us is just going to give us more, I believe, skill points. Hold on, let me see. Intelligence determines how well a character learns and reasons. This ability is important for wizards because it affects their spellcasting ability in many ways. We are not a wizard. Character's intelligence modifier affects the number of skill points gained each level. So yeah, skill points over here, which would give us better chances at doing skill checks that revolve around whatever we, pick over here. So I'd like to have some intelligence because I like skill points. Skill points are never a bad thing. And as an orc, we are skilled, so we'll gain even extra more skill points like that too. So put a couple points into that, get a +1 modifier, and then let's say... Oh, we're not really going to be hitting in melee, I don't think, but you know what? Why not? Let's put 1 into strength. We don't have a +1 because it's only 11, but still, we could maybe level this up later, or just leave it as an 11. Alright, melee attacks. Your attack bonus with a melee weapon is the following. Your base attack bonus plus strength modifier, which is 0, plus size modifier, which I'm assuming is going to be 0 because we're a medium-sized creature. That's probably why it says +0 right there. Range attacks is a +0. We have 10 hit points. That is not that much. Level 1 is a very deadly level to have. And then our armor class and saving throws, we're currently wearing no armor because we're creating our character, so our armor starts at a base of 10. So that's why you see a 10 down here. You want to get around 20. 20 kind of gets you going through like level, I don't know, 12-ish probably is. 20 is a pretty solid number. 12 to 15. All right, skill points. So we have 5 skill points. The green shows what we are trained in, I believe. Because as a cleric, we had trained skills, and I believe that's what these green numbers are. So I'm going to say we definitely want religion. We want to put skill point in religion. We'll put these skill points in knowledge arcana and knowledge of the world. I want to be persuasive. We have a high charisma, so persuasive is going to be good. I mean, we can do lore of nature. You know, let's do athletics. We'll get a +1 in athletics. We're an orc. We should be somewhat athletic, right? I don't know. I think that's all we do on this screen. Okay. Alright, so level 1, we get a feat. Now, it's going to suggest a feat for us to take. Selective channel. Whenever you channel positive energy to heal the living or channel negative energy to heal the undead, you do not affect enemies. When you channel positive energy to damage undead or channel negative energy to damage living, you do not affect allies. So basically, if I select this, if I have any ally around me, they will not be affected by my negative energy. I'm assuming we're going to have living allies around us, unless you can get undead allies, which I don't know if that's a thing or not. So this may be a good thing to get, unless we really want to be very careful on where we stand when we're expelling our negative energy. Spell focus. Choose a school of magic. Any spells you cast of that school are more difficult to resist. So we add a +1 to the difficulty class for resisting a spell. I kind of like the selective channeling, especially since we're an evil cleric. You know, it's probably a good thing to have. So we're going to choose selective channel. That's going to be the one feat that we currently have. So let's click next. Or also, now again, what we could do is, if I wanted, we could say like, hey, let's grab that armor proficiency of medium armor so I can wear medium armor. But we may do that later instead. Anyway, next is going to be spells. Here we go, spells. So I think clerics have access to all of their spells. Like, they don't have to prepare spells. I think they can just have a certain number of spells they can cast. But, like, they don't have a spell book like a wizard does. So I think we can just cast all these. It's just we're limited to how many we can cast. It's probably going to be a low number, like 3 or 4 or something like that. And then here's our 0 level spells. So we can add a +1 to a single attack roll, saving throw, a skill check. We can target a friendly unit with a touch that will give it a +1 resistance on saves. We can grant someone a temporary hit point, a single hit point. It's a level 0 spell. They're not that useful. That's actually kind of useful. I mean, light, that could come in handy. 10 minutes per level. Okay. And then there's a whole bunch of level 1 spells. There's a summon monster. We're going to be a summoner for sure. We can inflict light wounds with this necromancy school. There's a lot of stuff here. Bless our allies. All allies within a 30-foot burst get +1 morale bonus on attack rolls and on saving throws against fear effects. It's kind of cool. And we can do kind of the opposite with this Bane spell. Interesting. Protection from an alignment. Gives them a +2 deflection bonus to AC and +2 resistance bonus on saves against a specific creature's alignment. That's, okay. You kind of need to know what creature's alignment is before you start casting that. Remove fear, remove sickness, make people sick. Doom. It's probably like a fear thing. Okay, it makes them shaken. Okay. There's a cure light wounds. Alright, we got stuff. We got spells. Voices. So, we're gonna go with aggressive.
I lead. You follow. My wounds pile on. Let's hear you cry.
Because why not? And then I'll put my name on this. My seal of approval. Tokshen. There we go. And birth date. The 3rd of... I'm just going to close my eyes. Third of Rova. And then our alignments. We're going to have to be one of the alignments that our deity rules over, so we're going to be lawful evil. But all of the alignments are here, but yes, lawful evil is who we're going to be. And I think that's all we need to do here. Right. Choose voice. I didn't actually select it. There we go. You can also go none if you want to.
All this waiting bores me.
But just in case you're curious what the other ones sound like.
I'm always ready.
Let's shake a leg.
Our time has come.
Adventures await.
Enemy near.
I'll go ahead.
And then for the ladies.
Interesting. All I see is blackness.
Our path leads on. We cannot be defeated.
Let us be careful. Heal me quickly.
All according to plan.
There we go.
I lead. You follow.
And then this is us. That's who we are. Hello, with our weird smile. You're a evil half-orc cleric with all this stuff of the death domain. Is there any other changes? No. Let's do it. I haven't actually played the game. All I did was study the character creation screen, so I have no idea what happens after this. I went back and forth between a evil druid, because there's like a blight druid, and then the evil cleric, and then just like an evil barbarian. I wanted to play an evil paladin, but they don't let you play evil paladins. You have to be lawful good to play a paladin.
Our
There are no,
story
like,
started
evil
at the
ones.
mansion of an Aldori sword lord. Drawn by the promise of a most dangerous task and a commensurately huge reward, heroes of all stripes gathered here.
Okay. Yeah, that's.
Where are
Oh,
they?
we do
This
get a
is taking
scythe.
forever. They didn't even say what this was for. Just at the Aldori, we're looking for heroes. Who are the Aldori anyway? Rich folk?
If you can't be patient, no one's keeping you here. Just go back to your mountains or whatever hole you crawled out of. The Aldori Sword Lords run the premier school for the dueling arts. They're also the richest and most influential group in this part of Brevoy. Take that tone with them, and they'll teach you some manners pretty quickly.
I think I need to raise the volume.
All right, you purple toad, just shut your trap. And if you can't, I'll help you.
Hush! Quiet! They're coming.
Greetings, everyone. I am Sword Lord Jamandi Aldori, and this is Lord Mayor Yosef Salimius of Restov. Welcome to my mansion.
Hello, Jamandi.
We thank you from the bottom of our hearts for responding to our call. You may be few, but that's unavoidable. We need only the best of the best for this task. And I see true heroes before me, strong and fearless, exactly what Restov needs.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. Now, to the point. South of here, just beyond Brevoy's border, lies a region known as the Stolen Lands. This is disputed territory, and while it's long been claimed by nearby states, it's never been truly taken. I won't bore you with the legal technicalities. Suffice to say that anyone with enough courage and power to seize the Stolen Lands and name themselves Baron or Baroness, claiming dominion, well, none of the neighboring states would be able to challenge it. Of course, Restov would be first to recognize the legitimacy of this new state, as well as the noble title of its founder.
Why wouldn't Restov want to claim it?
Unfortunately, one serious obstacle stands between you and this title. A gang of bandits holds sway in the Stolen Lands. Their chief, who they call the Stag Lord, considers himself the rightful owner of these lands, and no one has yet been able to challenge his power. Bring me his head, and you'll be able to return to the Stolen Lands as their legal ruler. Any questions?
Oh, I have a question. Actually, do I have a question? Let's see. Who will receive the Baron's title? That's a good question. Why not just recognize the Stag Lord? Not the question I want to ask. Here we go. What's the catch? Why wouldn't they want the lands?
Don't ask stupid questions. Why should you even care? What they have to gain and why, that's for Lady Aldori and I to discuss. It's none of your concern. Your only concern is to swing your sword around or whatever it is you do.
I have a scythe on my back, sir.
Of course, we stand to benefit from this enterprise. But if you're concerned that we intend to rule your country from afar, using you as a front, well, please know that these concerns are unfounded. Let's just say that we have a strong interest in the region's stability. We have need of a ruling power we can negotiate with, not bandit gangs and monster hordes.
Okay. My undead empires. Wow, okay. Who will receive the Baron's title?
I will, of course. I'm the leader of this team, after all. Don't worry, though. I'll make it worth your while to help me.
We haven't yet begun, and you already speak of divvying rewards. What makes you think we'll even succeed? There's little point arguing over who gains the title when we'll most likely lose our lives there.
Harem, if you believe we'll lose our lives, then we will lose our lives. You must have confidence.
If I may please answer the question.
She takes a long pause, waiting for the voices to die down as everyone directs their attention towards her.
We believe you're all equally deserving of a noble title. Over the course of your expedition, it will be up to you as a team to decide which of you is best suited to rule.
What rewards can we expect exactly?
And what reward would you seek beyond a noble title and your own lands?
We'll absorb the costs of preparing and equipping your expeditions. Once you return victorious, Restov will also allocate you a significant sum to provide financial support for you to establish your country. Essentially, we'll help you build your capital. I hope such a reward is satisfactory.
This just seems too good to be true. There has to be a catch. No one in power would willingly give these people power that they couldn't take on their own. Like, okay.
Words, words, words. Significant, financial. I can't fill my belly with pretty words.
Of course. There will also be an official banquet held in your honor. All of Rostov's high society will gather to celebrate your feat.
Now you're talking.
Alright. It's clear as day.
Excellent. You venture forth tomorrow. For now, you can take some time to get to know one another better. Or you can head straight to your guest rooms to get some rest. You'll find we've already prepared supplies for you there. And thank you again for agreeing to take part in this expedition. I wish you luck.
Thank you again, with all my heart, for replying to this call. The flare in your eyes reveals your courage, the unshakable will that distinguishes true heroes. I look at you, O champions of Restov, and doubt not for a second that you'll be victorious. So venture forth toward your feet. Go, and return in triumph.
Hi, my name's Lindsay. I'm a bard, though this is my first real adventure. So, shall we go teach this stag lord a lesson?
Hello, Lindsay. We sure will. I don't think that really fits our personality of who we are. What do you want from me?
Nothing weird, don't worry. I just wanted to ask you something. How do you feel about this Tartuccio fellow? I think he's pretty obnoxious personally. He appointed himself head of the team, and he's just after the Baron's crown, or whatever it is barons wear. It doesn't matter. I don't like him. I think you should be team leader. When I first saw you, I couldn't help but think, now here's a real hero. Someone who'll be praised in poems and songs. This is the person I'll write my book about.
Oh, Lindsay, I don't think you want to write a book about me. Book?
I should have led with that. Please, just let me explain. You know what the trouble with most heroes' biographies is? They're always written years later, based on the tales of best case, people who saw things from the outside. Worst case, someone heard about it from their brother, who heard it from their friend, who heard it from their cousin, and so on, adding a new batch of lies each time. Every time I read about a heroic journey, I think to myself, why didn't they just bring a bard with them to write it all down properly? And then I thought, I could be that bard. I just needed to find a suitable hero and volunteer to follow along on their glorious adventure. A great plan, huh? And here we are, with a heroic journey lying before us. Who's going to be the hero? Some dwarf who keeps muttering about how we'll all die? Or maybe that horrific scythe lady? Or, God's forbid, Tartuccio? No way.
Not a bad plan. Yeah, sure. You can follow me and write about my accomplishments.
Deal. All right. I'm going to my room to write about tonight. See you in the morning.
Doesn't sound like a bad idea. The first steps on the road to glory. My quill takes his first sip from the ink pot in the scripts, or rather script. What? Alright. Here we go. Travels, Adventures, and Victories That Lie Ahead. The book that will extol both its hero and me, its author, Lindsay, the note to self. When I come up with a fancy nickname, add it here. I'm writing this in the banquet hall where Sword Lord Jamandi Aldori has just finished telling us about the mission that lies before us. Tomorrow at dawn, our team will set off to the Stolen Lands in order to accomplish glorious feats. This is where my book begins, and the gods themselves can't say what will happen next. Alright. So the main quest line is going to be written down by Lindsay. That's cool. Alright. That's neat. Nifty. Who has names? Alright. Okay. Is that it? Okay. I already figured that part out, thank you. Charge. Click this icon to exit the current area. Oh, yeah, okay. What do we have here? Bless. Can I decide? I guess we do have a spell book. So we act to prepare certain spells. Now I'm assuming because of our death domain that we can substitute any prepared spell for an inflict light wounds. That's probably going to be because of our negative energy is what my guess is. And then we can summon a monster spell because of our herald calling ability. Okay. So what is this? Abilities. Charging is a special action that allows you to move up to double your normal speed and attack during the same action. You must move before your attack, not after. You must move at least 10 feet directly toward the designated opponent. You'll get a +2 bonus on the attack roll, but take a penalty to your AC. We can also treat affliction. We tend to a diseased or poisoned character. We make a lore religion check. If your check exceeds the DC of the affliction is removed. You can treat each character only once per day. Channel negative energy. Okay. So at first level, in this area around us, we'll deal 1d6 points of damage, plus 1d6 points of damage for every 2 cleric levels beyond first. So we're not there yet. We're at 1d6. But because of our special fate we took, we don't have to worry about damaging our allies. So that's cool. And we can either use the damage aspect or heal undead aspect. So I'm assuming at some point we'll be able to summon undead or become undead ourselves. In D&D, you can become undead. Well, in D&D, like in any RPG like that, you could do anything you want as long as your dungeon master or game master says you can. But this is a video game. I'm curious if we'll be able to become undead, because I think our character would like to become an undead themselves, or like half undead. Bleeding Touch. As a melee touch attack, you can cause... Oh, yeah. That's our domain spell. And then Fight Defensively. A -4 penalty on melee attack rolls and combat maneuver checks to gain a +2 dodge bonus to your armor class. If you have 3 or more ranks in mobility, you gain a +3 dodge bonus to AC when fighting defensively instead. Mobility? I don't know what that is. And what is this? Our belt actions. We have a Scroll of Bless, a Scroll of Cure Light Wounds, 2 Scrolls of Bless. Okay. And then we have our scythe. So scythe does 2 to 8 damage on average because it's a 2d4 slashing weapon. It has a 2-foot range. And if we roll a 20 on our attack roll, it's times 4 damage on a critical hit. Times 4? Holy hell. Okay. That's kind of nuts. What else do we got here? We got our inventory. We have an ever-burning torch. A light mace. Probably just use our scythe. Got the character sheet. Okay. Lindsay's journal. Our spell book. So how do I choose? Oh, memorize. Right there. Okay. What's the spells we have right now? Bless, Shield of Faith, Cause Fear. Alright. Well, you know what? We looked at some stuff. Let's continue on. And formations. What? She looks scared. Her face is smeared with soot, and she holds a weapon in her hand. What's going on here?
The mansion's under attack. We need to help. Some villains broke in and started killing everyone. I barely made it. Hurry, we have to help the guards fight off the attackers, or we'll all be cut down one by one.
As if to lay credence to Lindsay's words, a scream echoes. Okay. A bard and a cleric. This should go well. Alright, combat happens in real time, but you can pause the game at any time to assess the situation and give orders to your companions. So this kind of plays a little bit like, you know, the Pillar games, Baldur's Gate, all those old games. So spacebar will pause. Most of the game's mechanics are based on the Pathfinder role-playing game system and uses dice rolls to determine the results of actions. The most common die has 20 sides and is used for both checks and attacks. When a battle starts, each combatant makes an initiative check. The higher their initiative, the earlier the character can act. Initiative scores can be viewed in the combat log. Combat is divided into rounds, with each round lasting 6 seconds. So it's a real-time game, but with initiative? Okay. An attack is a character's attempt to strike an opponent. The result of the attack roll depends on many factors. Wielded weapons, the combatant's abilities. An attack succeeds if the result of the attack roll exceeds or equals or exceeds the target's armor class. The amount of damage dealt in the case of a successful attack depends on the weapon's stats and other factors such as buff spells. Attack roll results and damage numbers can be found in the combat log. The armor class, the higher the character's armor class, the more difficult it is to successfully attack them. Okay.
I'm superior!
Hi. Well, I hope you're doing okay, assassin. I'm going to... cast a summon monster?
Magritium Turinos.
We gotta... What is this? Oh, they're dead. Well, we got a puppy. You can interact with various objects such as bodies of dead opponents by clicking on them. Interactive objects are highlighted when you hover over them and hold tab. Okay. I was looking at this here. What did I roll? I rolled into 14. Okay, cool. Well, dealt 6 damage. Very good. We've got a chain shirt, light armor, arcane spell failure 20%, but we're not arcane casts. We're divine. Max dexterity bonus of 4, and a dagger. Do I have light armor proficiency? What am I wearing? We are wearing light armor. Okay. So the armor check penalty is going to be like if we have to make an athletics score to climb a rope or jump over something. We'll take a -1 to that score because of the armor that we're wielding. The chainmail will give us a -2, but it does raise our armor class by 1. And our dexterity is at a +0 bonus right here, so the max dex doesn't really matter right now. This is heavier, but I don't think that matters too much either. So we should probably equip this. The dagger, we don't care about the dagger. We'll keep the scythe. The dog's already gone? But I used my spot and everything. Okay, well. And this journal contains your current quests and tasks. Oh.
Cut them to pieces!
Oh, that guy. Okay, well, nuts. Let's try maybe channeling energy instead.
I'm letting you out of our story.
Wow, okay, never mind. Just attack them. I'm assuming there are flank bonuses we get in this. Let's see. So I just made an attack. We missed. Attack roll was a 3. 3 plus 0. So I did not get a flanking bonus. The enemy's armor class is 7. Maybe I have to be...
Let's hear you cry!
Hold on. There we go. In D&D, you typically have to actually be like on opposite sides of each other to get a flanking bonus. That was the damage. No. No modifiers. Interesting.
You're just
Oh, I know why.
And I'd have been. Whew, I don't even want to think about it. Can you imagine what a terrible loss this would have been? But it's all right now. I'm safe, sound, and unscathed, ready to lead you to victory. Lady Jamandi's holding the line in the banquet hall. You know, the one where she had us gathered before. We need to make our way to her. And along the way, we'll try to save some of these dummies who are supposed to accompany us to the Stolen Lands. Speaking of dummies, take this ring. Quiet now, so that little fool doesn't hear us. She might try to steal it herself. It's magical. It'll protect you. You'll need it while you work to defend me.
Okay. It probably was not a flanking bonus. Now, I don't know if Pathfinder does have it, because again, I've never played Pathfinder rules before. But she was wielding a crossbow. She wasn't wielding a melee weapon. So, without a melee weapon, I don't think you get a flanking bonus. I think maybe that's why. We'll have to test the flanking bonus again when we're flanking with someone who has a melee weapon and not has a crossbow out. Alright, what do we got here? More daggers. I've acquired a ring. What ring did we get? A fancy golden signet ring. This will grant us a +1 bonus to armor class. It's a deflection bonus. So, a big thing I had to learn when I was playing D&D is that deflection bonuses don't stack. You can just get the best one. It's like, I remember having a character decked out with like 3 different items that gave me deflection bonuses. But then my my DM was like, yo, I thought your armor class was pretty high for this level. And he looked at my weapon and my stats. He's like, these don't... Anyway, you know what? That doesn't even matter. I'm sorry. I'm starting to think about old D&D games. Anyway, let's equip this. Our armor goes up by +1, but we have to know that if I get something else that raises based on deflection bonus, we'll have to worry about that then. All right. So now we got a party.
I don't tolerate fools.
So you are a wizard? What are you? Chaotic evil. Okay, cool. What the hell are you a wizard or a sorcerer? Sorcerer. Okay, so you are a sorcerer. You have burning hands, magic missile, some level 0 stuff. Okay. A sorcerer with no equal. Tartusio is a powerful sorcerer who can burn an enemy to a crisp with a flick of his finger. Unfortunately, his power is matched only by his arrogance. I wonder, why is power always given to such self-satisfied people? Has a lot of persuasion, can use magical devices, it's kind of stealthy. Okay, has a crossbow with a range of 50 feet. It's pretty important that we know what we're rolling with here. You have no armor, and typically an arcane caster does not want armor. Because that's why you see the arcane spell failure is the percentage of failure for casting spells in armor. Now, there are feats, probably, in this game. There are in D&D that can kind of counter that a little bit. Alright, so that's what you are. And then
Adventures
Lindsay, we know, is a bard. But what the heck do you have? Level 1 spells. She can daze people. It takes 1d6 points of sonic damage and is dazed. I don't know what daze does, but it can only be good for us. Okay, and she can cure light wounds. Okay. This is great. We have 3 casters.
No one stands in my
Now, clerics
way.
can kind of be tanky, but I'm not that kind of cleric. So, that's not good. What do we got here? The Curse of Ancient Ibaria. Okay, so we got some lore stuff, money, and a map. Collect it all. As for our formation, I'll go ahead, I guess. I'm the tankiest of the 3, I think. I'll take points.
I won't be halted.
There are several companions in your party now. To select a single character, click on their portrait, or press Alt +1, Alt 6. Okay. Okay. Money and... Oh, you know what? I want to collect this specifically, not you. I don't know if these people are going to stay with us, so... I want it in our inventory, not my companions.
Can you make an epic pose? I need inspiration.
Alright, so what we're going to do here... Let's pull you back. Put you right here. Use your... Lindsay and Tartusio are capable of casting spells. Okay... We gotta rest to gain our spells back. So, bards, inquisitors, and sorcerers can use their spells several times a day, but their repertoire is limited. So the sorcerers get more spells that they can cast, technically, but they just know fewer spells. So they're more specialized than, like, wizards are. Same thing for bards, and apparently inquisitors in this game. Okay. Most characters have usable abilities, which may be limited to a certain number of charges. Yeah, we've seen some abilities. Attack of opportunity. Some actions performed close to an armed opponent can provoke an additional attack upon your character, even when it's not the opponent's turn. Such actions include, among other things, casting spells, attempting to move away from your opponent, or shooting a ranged weapon in melee. Okay. So we want to pause. I immediately want to try and cast a little buddy to help tank. And then what do you got again? That's a cone? No, it's one target within close range. Okay.
Serves you right.
You attack him.
You deserved it.
Go, little summon puppy. Don't use your spells right now, buddy. We got this. Man, my dog is already out of combat? Did it die, or does it only last for a second? Hold on. Oh, it's 1 round per level. Oh my god, last a single round. Oh my god, that is worthless to me right now. Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
Leading you out of our story.
It's fine. Each character has a certain number of hit points. When a character's HP value drops to 0, they lose consciousness. After combat is over, the character will get up and can be controlled again. The character's HP value can drop into negative numbers. A character can survive some negative hit points, but if their amount becomes equal to their constitution score, the character dies. To resurrect them, you will need a special spell. To restore lost hit points, you can use healing spells, potions, or rest. Healing potions can be bought from merchants or obtained as trophies. Yep. And we can use scrolls with our belt items. Okay. Looks like I've been slightly injured.
What troubles you?
I see. So they got a lot of potions to cure light wounds. Okay. Can I put this on your belt? Take. Alright, just take all, and I guess we'll transfer them. How do I transfer? Oh, it's a shared stash. Okay. Well, how do I cycle characters? There we go. Okay. And then where are my belt items? Right here. Alright, moderate wounds will do 2d8 points of damage plus 1. I'll put that on myself. You already have 2 healing potions. And then put 2 on you. What is this? An incense. Okay. Then we have short bows. Short bows have better crits. But no, we won't use that right now. Okay. Good that we got some potions.
We do it my way.
Alright, blood in that door. Probably nothing bad. They're dead! Get some gold. They couldn't even defend themselves. Yep. It's gonna be hard for me. I usually play good characters, but we're gonna try and play this as a lawful evil character. Now, lawful evil isn't exactly crazy. I would say lawful evil would be like, would you say the Emperor in Star Wars is lawful evil? Or would it be chaotic? What is this? Hide armor. Well, none of us can wear that. Heavy mace. I don't know if I would say the Emperor's... Maybe? Yeah? Yeah. I'd say he's more lawful than chaotic. Yeah, for sure. I think the Emperor would be like a lawful evil character. Oh, give me some of that fish. Apparently we can cook in this game. A cooking almanac. Edible moss. Sounds delicious.
I lead. You follow.
Silver ring. Can I rest at any time? Cannot rest here. Okay. Because resting is how we recover our spells. Oh, hey, Amiri.
It's the end for you rats!
None shall escape.
Okay, so you two
Just die already!
Any last
use your crossbows.
This is where I step in.
Out of my way.
Well, alright then.
Oh, it's you. Stay up from under my feet or I'll strike you down.
I'm assuming you are a barbarian.
Blood for Gorum!
Also known as our Lord in Iron, is a god of battle above all the other pursuits. It is said that he would rest away into nothingness if there is ever a time with no more conflicts to be fought. Alright. Hey, you know what? I can get behind this.
Barbarians.
I think that's exactly how heroes should be.
What, stupid, sweaty, and always looking for something to gobble up or lop the head off of? Calistria, save me from such heroes.
Hey, man. She got the job done. I like it.
We do it my way.
What the hell? What the hell? They have a giant? Oh, that's not fair. They ran over their own person. Longsword, light shield, enlarge person spell. Alright, so enlarge person. When they are enlarged, they get a +2 size bonus to their strength, a -2 penalty to their dexterity, -1 penalty on attack rolls and AC due to the increased size. Melee and ranged weapons used by this creature deal more damage. Probably give that to Amari whenever, if ever we get her. And a spear. A spear has a 2-foot melee range? Okay.
I won't be halted.
Sometimes interacting with an object requires a skill check. A successful check may be needed for a variety of tasks. Unlocking a door, opening a chest, disabling a trap, moving a heavy object, blah blah blah. Different skills are used for different checks. If multiple characters are selected at once, the character with the highest will perform the action. Okay. So that would be Lindsay.
Applause, please.
She got it. She got us all. All of us got over because Lindsay's good. I like it.
I wrote it like I saw it. Serves you right.
I am superior! Run them through!
Stop trying to cast spells, man. We don't need that yet.
Out of my way!
You deserved it.
There we go. Woo! Okay, I'm probably gonna need a potion.
Battles await.
There we go. More potions.
Anything else?
Break the door to the armory and find some weapons. Yep. Alright, composite longbow. Can anyone even use... No, none of us can.
My temper.
A tower shield that none of us
Let's
can use.
move already.
Banded mail, which is heavy armor, none of us can use. More, or a breastplate. That's medium armor. I could theoretically use that if I get the right feat. A watchkeeper key.
What have we here? This chest is full of gold. I guess it's for the guards' salaries, all things considered. Well, those freeloaders don't seem to have been working too hard for it. Maybe we should pocket it instead.
What? No, we're heroes, not thieves.
Who said we were stealing it? We'll just take the gold for safety so the assassins don't get it. And then we can heroically return it to Jamandi when this is all over.
How much?
A lot. Take a look.
Are you out of your minds? We're in the middle of a battle. Blood flowing in rivers as an army of assassins chases us. And you want us to rob our host? A noble feat, to be sure.
Lindsay, you just write about the stuff. You don't judge us.
Head on!
Encumbrance. Each character can carry a limited amount of weight based on their strength score. Each character carries the weight of the personal equipment as well as a part of the shared stash. There are 3 stages of encumbrance: light, medium, and heavy. Medium and heavy loads burden the character, limiting their abilities in battle. You can see the penalties the character is currently suffering due to their carried weight by pointing at the encumbrance gauge under the character's equipment window. So we're almost at light. Or I'm almost at light. Okay. Nothing down there.
Oh, familiar faces. I hope you're not so frightened as to swing at every shadow. It's me, Jathal.
Hey, Jathal.
I don't recommend advancing down the hallway, assuming you value your life, of course. There were a few people with me, and you can see what happened to them.
And just how did they all end up dead while you don't seem to have a scratch?
I'll answer but briefly and just once. Further scares and explanations will wait until we aren't being hunted by a group of assassins. Deal? All right. I'm undead. These traps are deadly to the living, but they're harmless to me.
Undead? Really?
What do you mean undead? Really? Like zombies or skeletons or...
As I said, further explanations will wait until later. All you need to know right now is that we're on the same side, and we have to fight off a small army of hired assassins. Let's get to it.
Okay.
Share your will.
You will encounter many traps in your adventures. When any of your characters approaches a trap, they will automatically make a perception skill check. On a success, you will see the location, and the game will automatically pause. Traps vary in effect as well as difficulty to detect. Having identified a trap, you can click on it in order one of your characters to make a trickery skill check to disable it. On a success, the trap will be disabled. On a failure, it will remain in place. If the result of a skill roll is less than the trap's difficulty by 5 or more, the trap will go off as if the character has triggered it.
You have my attention.
What are you? You are a neutral evil character. Interesting. I'm assuming we follow the same deity since you have... Oh, you're an Inquisitor. Okay. Jaethal is an elf from Kyonin, one who is not quite alive. The elves exiled her from their kingdom for her terrible deeds. Her search for a new home and a new patron has brought her to our leader's banner. She pays little heed to her companions, and when she does, she behaves as if she's ready to bite their heads off. She gives me the creeps. She can treat afflictions. She has the bleeding touch. Yep. She has acrobatics. She can move through a threatened square without provoking an attack of opportunity by using acrobatics. When moving in this way, you move at half speed. She can fight defensively. What is all this judgment stuff? The Inquisitor is filled with Divine Wrath, gaining a +1 sticker bonus on all weapon damage rolls. This bonus increases by +1 for every 3 Inquisitor levels she possesses. The Inquisitor is surrounded by Healing Light, gaining Fast Healing 1. This causes the Inquisitor to heal 1 point of damage each round as long as the Inquisitor is alive and the judgment lasts. +1 sticker bonus on attack rolls. Spells more potent. Armor class. Saving throws. Resistance against specific elements. Damage reduction 1 magic. That means that it's damage reduction against everything except for any kind of magically imbued weapons can get... Oh, wait. No. It's resistant against magically imbued weapons. I think that's what that means. Judgment smithing. Okay. Yep, look at that. We follow the same god. She is an undead creature. She has no constitution score. Undead use their charisma score in place of their constitution score when calculating hit points. Fortitude saves and any special ability that relies on constitution will also be reflected from her charisma. She is immune to bleed, death effects, disease, paralysis, poison, sleep, and stunning. Undying. She will raise back with a small portion of her health after the end of combat should she fall in battle. Awesome. Oh my god, we have an undead Inquisitor. That is perfect for me. That is so cool. What's your spell book? Divine Favor gives you a luck bonus on attack and weapon rolls for every 3 caster levels you have. Lasts for a minute. She also inflicts light wounds. Holy shit, man. How are we going to have a person who is exactly like what we need? That's awesome. How do I become undead? Was that part of the character creation? Like, because I want to be. What armors can you wear? She's rocking medium armor. She has a 6 armor class. Her dex is a +2, which chainmail grants a maximum of +2. So with this, she's rolling at a +8. 6 and then a 2. What else do we got? That won't be better. 6 and a 3. This is technically better. It is technically better, though she doesn't have a dex score to really utilize it, but we'll still put that on you. And we'll just probably keep you with the scythe, I think. But you can use a shield. Nah, we'll keep you with a scythe. We'll scythe it up. We'll be scythe friends. Okay. Sweet. So for formations, I want you to be the... Oh, wait, I see. We have to do this, don't we? Okay, there we go. That works. That is perfect. I can't believe that we have an undead person. Also, I think I'm going to end this episode here, and we will continue on in the next one. So thank you for watching, everybody. I will see you all next time. Take care.